is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
It's an emergency. It's an emergency. Ted Nugent's got a rap show where he can mouth off. It's an emergency. Wow, that is a blinding son of a bitch. Isn't it? Look at that. There's some kind of crazy. Look at these. That'll blind you. The Guardian Angel lights. You go to our Guardian. I have a bunch of these, and when I kill a deer deep in the swamps, which I do often. In Michigan, I have swamps that Lewis and Clark would not have sent Sacagawea in there. It is brutal. You get quicksand up to your nostrils. I'm like blowing black bubbles out of the peat moss. It's awesome. I should have filmed it, except I lost my hearing aid. But I did put this on a scrub brush. Do you have pucker brush? Do you own pucker brush? I own like 1,200 acres of pucker brush. And when I kill a deer, I put this on a limb, and then I find my way back home. And when I look out there miles away, I see this thing blinking. Barack. So I was on a rant. Have you noticed that? Which is one of the reasons you tune in, isn't it? Because I don't just give you the daily stuff. Dan Bongino covers that. He does so good. Dan, I love you, buddy. I love this guy. In fact, we have a bunch of, I don't know where Dan, I think he does a podcast of some sort. My son is responding, telling me how to turn my Mac laptop on. But anyhow, Steve Bannon, Real America's Voice. Charlie Kirk, Real America's Voice. Ted Nugent, Gonzo, Real America's Voice. Gina Loudon, Real America's Voice. John Solomon, Real America's Voice. Shemaine Nugent, Frank Gaffney, Shemaine Nugent, Faith and Freedom. I never thought that Faith and Freedom could be so sexy. Is she not just like Little Miss Dangerous Queen of the Forest, Faith and Freedom's sexy animal? That's my wife. She loves me. Steve Gruber. By the way, when I wrap this up in 9 minutes, I'm going out with Steve Gruber. I film this, I tape this. I don't know what the technology is, but I capture this in my Man Cave Cuckoo's Nest Arsenal of Democracy, which you should probably take a panoramic view of. Got all kinds of stuff. Got this guy right here, Whitetail Products Gone Wild. Go to whitetailproductsgonewild.com. Got guns and ammo, guitars. Got dead stuff. Got a big dead ram over there. Look at that. Rama, fa, fa, fa. Look at that whitetail. Beautiful. There's Fred Bear up there. There's a law enforcement celebration. Spirit of the Wild. All these people make all these custom wood carvings for me. So I've got an attitude. Got a bit of an attitude. I'm from Detroit. We're the murder capital in Detroit, not because we're more violent. We're just better shots. Did you know that? Anyhow, thank you, Real America's Voice. I'll be getting on with Steve Gruber. He has a wonderful show. These are all truth, logic, and common sense maniacs. Like, they're dedicated. They persevere. They improvise, adapt, and overcome. And by the way, if I can, go to tednugent.com. We have these coins, these Ted Nugent Gonzo Challenge coins. And when we give them to the heroes of law enforcement and the military, like Bob Blevins. Bob, I love you, buddy, up there in the wilds of the Upper Peninsula. And all these great heroes of Delta Force and the Navy SEALs and the Army Rangers and the Green Beret, John Wayne Walding, Greg Stubbe. I have so many unbelievable friends. Lieutenant Pete Chambers and Mike Hall. But I can't thank you people enough. I got over 7 minutes left on this last segment of the last. I think this is my last Real America's Voice for 2024. Hey, 2024, adios, mofo. Got a new day with a real commander-in-chief. I can't believe we survived the last 4 terrorist year under the Uncle Sam terrorism regime of Joe soulless, maniac, punk-ass devil Biden. Because Hunter Biden is the smartest man he knows. You see, I have a great imagination, but I can't imagine anything that stupid. So we got President Trump elected in a landslide, an unprecedented landslide of good over evil. Thank you. HunterNation.org. We're not done yet. all of you conservatives, constitutionalists, conservationists, all these licensed hunting families that voted for Donald Trump this year, who in the past hadn't voted for anybody, which means you let the evil guys slide in. You have to participate in this sacred experiment in self-government. I want you to join us. I want you to go to hunternation.org. We have a system to communicate and inspire conservatives, constitutionalists, conservationists to remain engaged. I'm going to the inauguration with Keith Mark, the founder of hunternation.org. We rattled the cages of non-participating, apathetic conservationists, constitutionalists, and conservatives. They voted like an army of good over evil. Thank you, everybody at Hunter Nation. HunterNation.org. Get everybody you know to come and join us. Become a member of Hunter Nation. It's nonprofit. These guys invested millions and millions of their own dollars to inspire Americans to act like Americans and vote constitutional values. But we're not done. We got to keep President Trump alive, because the evil forces that tried to kill him tried to lawfare. They charged him with all these non-crimes. They made things up. You know, you can indict a ham sandwich. That's a historical colloquialism. So the evil, liberal Marxist punks of New York and Georgia, watch these people try to explain themselves, and you tell me they're qualified to determine justice on any planet. When this one Supreme Court Justice Jackson, is that her name? It's a woman. And she is a Supreme Court justice making life and death justice calls for American families, but she won't and can't tell you what a woman is. You've got, see, I have quite an imagination, but I can't even imagine that. And it's how our government operates. And Joe Biden has pardoned the most evil, violent, savage devils who have raped and murdered and dismembered and tortured. And he released them. Ripped off taxpayers for tens of millions of dollars in Illinois. Got a pardon. Oy vey. Good grief. So keep with us at Hunter Nation. Keep putting pressure on your elected employees. I've been saying it for 20 years now. Your chief of police needs to know you and that you support Kyle Rittenhouse and Daniel Penny. You should tell your mayor that, your state trooper commander, your sheriff, that we believe in self-defense. We believe in good people intervening to save good people from recidivistic, dangerous, violent people. There's a statue for George Floyd, and he was pure rot. He was a canker sore on his community and our nation and his family. And they made a statue, and Nancy Pelosi puts on some kind of Watusi robe and genuflects at the altar of George Floyd. Tell everybody who works for you in the government that you believe that Kyle Rittenhouse should have never been charged with a crime. He stopped a man from killing him with a pistol. That's good. It can't be a crime where common sense prevails. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court justice can't tell you what a woman is, but they charge Kyle Rittenhouse and Daniel Penny with murder. This is planet of the cuckoo's nest stuff. So keep raising hell, everybody. My name is Ted Nugent. I'm a hell raiser. God gave me the swinging tandem T-Rex scrotum of defiance award because I think, man, I think. And if you think, somewhere in there, you can flush out the propaganda from our anti-education system, and you can realize that everything in life to continue down a true north compass setting for quality of the American dream has to do with God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, 10 Commandments, Golden Rule, Declaration of Independence, work ethic, law and order, good over evil, self-defense, First Amendment. Duh. So thank you, everybody, for celebrating this with me. I hope you can get over the insanity, the pain, the terrorism of the last 4 years where Uncle Sam attacked the best families in America, why they waged lawfare against me in Alaska and California, and then they continued lawfare against Donald Trump in Georgia and New York. Stand your ground. Support those that support freedom. Mike Lindell, mypillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT. Heavensharvest.com, type in the code TED. Armslist.com, go to armslist.com, MinutemenCoffee.com. These people, they turn the crank of my First Amendment pretty little mouth. So use your pretty little mouth and stand up and be Rosa Parks and sit on any damn bus seat you want. You can put a mineral block on your farm. I can throw corn or apples or whitetail products gone wild wherever I want to. And people that think they have authority over that are brain dead. And chronic wasting disease is a lie, Texas Parks and Wildlife. I'm not turning my deer heads into your veterinarian who got the research wrong so many times and slaughtered completely healthy deer herds. You're not testing my deer heads because you don't need to test for CWD, and you, Texas Parks and Wildlife, and your veterinarians are virtually untrustworthy. Happy New Year, everybody. Live it up like you mean it. Yeah.